News team assemble! Maybe next time. Hello everyone and welcome to my brand new monthly series called P2's P-News. Oh yes, because it rhymes and I think I'm funny. And now, this is going to be the first one, so I'm going to take you through what's going to happen, just so that you're fully aware, and just so you know, swears are happening. Fuck! Right, now there's 6 sections that are going to be going into my monthly news report. Section 1 is all about YouTube and YouTuber news. Okay, these are all things to do with YouTube, big events that have happened throughout the month. Section 2 is going to be unbelievable news. Now, what I'll do is I'll collect up loads of absolutely ridiculous stories from all over the world. The stupider, the better. Yeah. Section 3 is all about the unimportant news, possibly the best section going. The title kind of gives it away. This is going to be the posts on Twitter, the posts on Facebook that nobody gives a flying fuck about. Okay, section 4 is going to be the love guru. Now, not so long ago I asked you to send in your relationship and your love problems. Now, the love guru is going to do his best to solve these. They're going to be from the heart, okay? I'm going to do my best. What do you want, man? Section 5 is going to be about the weather. I mean, what news report isn't fully complete without a news weather report that's going to be about 50% accurate anyway, so you've got to chuck it in there. And finally, section 6 is going to be the YouTuber spotlight. Now, this is going to be something that's decided by me. I'm going to have some people sort of, you know, give their kind of advice into it as well. Now, this is going to be a small YouTuber that I'm going to be selecting. I'm going to be sort of giving a bit of a showcase about their work, things that I'm impressed with, things that I like, and then wait for you to sort of maybe get into them as well. Ultimately, this series is going to be talking about the things that have happened, and honestly, I'm looking for discussion here. I don't really want comments on, nice vid. I would prefer us to talk about these kind of things, have an actual discussion about things that are going on. I do know that there's going to be lots of things in this little show that's going to be missed out, okay? I know that for a fact. But ultimately, there's things that I wanted to talk about, things that I thought were quite interesting, and ultimately, if I did everything, this is going to be like an hour long, and I ain't got time for that. Right, okay, let's get oh crap, I can't say that one, can I? I need a tagline. Okay, let's look at things that have happened. I'll work on it. Section 1, YouTuber and YouTube news. Let's just get straight into it. Jake Paul, okay? You know the geezer. Somehow he feels like he's been around for like decades, but he's only 20 years old. He's been in the news recently because the tit has gotten arrested. Whether that's for real or not, a lot of people are kind of debating around. Images that you see of one police officer arresting him and all of his friends have just got their cameras sort of about, not really instigating the fact that it could be a real scenario. I don't really know much about him. I've never really seen much of his content. Sort of the most recent thing that I ever did see with him, and probably the first thing that I did see of him, was the boxing event that took place back in August 2018. When, you know, they had a fight. Anything that I did see about him was just to do with things about him being a dickhead, mainly to like his neighbours, or, you know, just being arrested again. Now, the notoriety of Jake Paul has gotten to such a point that no one can tell really if the things that he puts online are legitimate anymore, alright? Now, if this is a hoax, and you've been arrested now twice, and everything to do with that is on your channel, like, where do you go from there? It literally feels like they've scraped the sort of barrel of creativity. Like, if you're faking being arrested, like, I know you're 20, but surely your PR team are being a bit like, let's fucking calm it down, Jake. What do you guys think about this? Is it real? Is it just another video? What do you think about the whole sort of Jake Paul scenario? Do you think fame really does make a big difference to somebody? Interesting point. What do you guys think? Put it down in the comments below. Carrying on the Paul trend, Logan Paul versus KSI the rematch. We're back in 2018, August, possibly one of the biggest YouTuber events of all time took place, in which this was a boxing match between Logan and KSI. KSI, arguably the biggest British YouTuber, Logan Paul, arguably the biggest American YouTuber. You can sort of see why they are sort of going head to head to sort of dominate and say, I'm top dog, all this kind of thing. Arguably, you could say that as the fight got closer and closer, the rivalry really did heat up, and we had quite an interesting boxing match. It did end as a majority draw. To the people that were watching this, there was 15,000 people in the arena and over 5 million pay-per-view views as well. Not to mention how many people were leeching off Twitch to watch this fight, which shows its magnitude. It was a huge event. Now, the rematch, in the original contract, was stated there would be 2 fights. One would be in the UK, one would be in America. Now, if you look at both of their YouTube channels, KSI is bulking by his own definition, whereas Logan Paul is just an absolute unit. So it's due to be going in November of this year coming, but obviously they're on 2 completely different things. So a lot of people are questioning whether it's actually going to take place. Do you think it's going to take place? Do you think there's going to be a rematch? And if so, who do you think is going to win? Right, Momo. What the fuck is that? Look at it. Seriously, what the fuck is that? Now, there's a bit of a craze going on at the moment. I do not understand the mentality of some people with what they're trying to achieve here. I'm struggling. What happens is a big thing that's gonna sort of spread over YouTube at the moment, where kids add this number of Momo, and then Momo will tell them to do certain things. A lot of it is very self-destructive, it's very damaging. There's always some reported cases saying that it's linking to suicide as well. Rightfully so, parents are fucking livid. 100%, because kids are dumb, and they all go, oh, but you won't do that. Yeah, well, don't tell me what I'm going to do. No, you're too much of a loser. And then they do it, and then they start having nightmares, and then this becomes a global fucking thing. What kind of people, realistically, think that this is a funny idea? I do not understand where you think targeting kids to do this kind of shit, to even consider this thought and put it onto YouTube. Unbelievable. And for me personally, I feel like it's damaging YouTube's platform. A lot of people want to use it, like me, for creativity and enjoyment, to get some fun, to do some things, talk about stuff, play games. Get rid of that shit. Keep all the other stuff. Yeah. TGF bro. Now, if you've not heard of these guys, they are a British duo, essentially YouTube's version to Jackass. Now, they do absolutely stupid stuff. Probably the most notorious thing that they have done was to cement their head into a microwave. Not even joking. This is 2 things, right? 2 things that really pissed me off, because their latest trend is that they were eating AirPods. Go to McDonald's or something. Yeah, first of all, we're talking about these. What kind of message are you sending out? Now, if I'm a business and I want to work with people and I think they've got a good sort of selling point or something along those kind of lines, oh, let me have a quick look at their social media, shall I? Oh, what's that? They're eating fucking AirPods? See you later, mate. Further on this point of thing, I don't get all these channels, all these videos of my problem with so-and-so, or we need to stop this person. It's always due to people, mainly girls, mainly young women, that are over-sexualizing a lot of things. Don't get me wrong, YouTube is not the place for that kind of shit. But where are these videos on people like TGF, bro? Why are you putting your head cemented in a microwave? He could have quite literally died. Anyway, what do you think? Let me know in the description down below. Right, let's move on to something that actually shows how quality creativity can be. Now, Epic Games, Marshmallow, they combined for the first ever event. Like, I honestly can't even compare. How sick is this? The first ever virtual concert. So if we have a look at some of these pictures right now, this is the live event that took place in Fortnite over February. Completely free to all users. Completely free. The amount of creativity, the amount of design that's gone into this process for 10 minutes. The marketing ploy on this is absolutely phenomenal, because not only does it get Marshmallow's name out there, not only does it sort of spread his music, that how many more people are now being like, oh, let's listen to Marshmallow. And then it's also on the basis of Fortnite really raising these standards of games, being like, come on then, other game developers, step your fucking game up, otherwise we're gonna like rule the roost all the time. They're stepping it up, which means that other games have to step it up, which means that the whole sort of standard of games is rising, and it's only best for everyone involved. So, hats off to you, Fortnite and Marshmallow. Truly epic. Welcome to the unbelievable news stories. Now, I've got 3 reports for you today, which are 100% genuine and made me laugh my mask off. I love editing. Report 1, cows. Yeah? How do you feel when you maybe walking or driving past a field and you see a cow? Yeah? Do you think that they are lonely? Do you ever wonder if they found their one and only? It's only normal. Well guys, you don't need to worry anymore. They have created a Tinder-like app for cows. No, I'm not fucking joking either. It's called, is it? No, this is called Tudder. Tinder X Udder. Tudder. Now, what happens is that the farmer takes a photo of these and they can sort of literally match cows. What the fuck? Basically, it's a way of sort of selling items and selling stock between farmers so they can sort of improve the quality of their farm. I get it. I do get it. It's just fucking weird. How weird would it be that, you know, you've gone to work, you come back and your significant other, your father, whoever, like, it could be anybody, it's just on the sofa like, oh yeah, she's a good looking one. It's just weird. It is just weird. And I do get it. I do get it because there's too many questions that will come from that side of things. But at the same time, how funny would it be to go on to like an app like this, you've got like a cow that's like, Bella, 33, live, laugh, love is my motto. Report 2. Police in Indonesia have been forced to apologise because interrogators have used a fucking snake, a real live snake, to get one of their main suspects to confess to something. What? Like, have a look at these. I'm not even joking you. The guy's handcuffed and he's sitting on the floor. These guys have draped snakes around his head, onto his belly, and they're sort of almost like, I'm this, you little shit. Police chief, I gotta try and say his name right, Tony Ananda Swadaya, yes, nailed it, stated that the investigators were not professional in doing their job. You fucking think, mate? Do you actually really think that, do you, mate? That's quality. That is quality analysis right there, homie. Because, do you think that he said that sincerely? Oh yeah, he didn't do his job properly. He used a fucking snake! He used a snake. A live snake to make somebody confess. And the thing is as well, he followed up this by saying that action has been taken, but the guys in question didn't actually physically attack him. Like, that's bad, because God forbid they actually did. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what? What? Oh, furthermore, what about the fucking snake? I bet the snake didn't go, yeah, let's get him, lads. I've been watching him. He's a slippery one. Ah! Okay, report 3. You know Trump. You know Kim Jong-un. Do you know they're doppelgangers? Now, the Kim Jong-un lookalike, better known as Howard X, okay, has been visiting Vietnam's capital Hanoi in sort of just before the real event of Kim Jong-un and Trump actually meeting up. Now, the best thing about it, if you have a little cheeky little look at him, he does look very good. Now, the person you can see with him is Russell White, and he is his real-life partner, I believe, and he is obviously the Orange President impersonation as well. Now, because of this event of where the real Trump and the real Kim Jong-un are meeting up, they've been deployed away to, what's the word? Ejected from the country. They're not allowed to stay there. They've been thrown out. Now, on the way back to the airport, he's been reported as saying, the North Koreans have no sense of humour. Well, we do, mate. It's class! What do you think about that? Let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, now we're into the unimportant news. Now, you've seen these. You've been scrolling through Twitter. You've scrolled through Facebook. You've scrolled through insert another social media here. You've seen the kind of people that just type for the sake of typing. This is probably one of the funniest ones. The difficulty is trying to find these pictures, but I found a couple, literally a couple. Check out this one, important news. Cheers. Yep, really important. Did not need to know that your friend needed a date. Facebook's not the place to say that he goes on porn sites all the bloody time, is it? Mug. Now, this next one is probably one of my favourite ones. Who cares? Okay, thanks. Thanks. Same with this guy. Maybe they should literally meet up because nobody cares, mate. Unless you show up dead, that information is not necessary. Too far? Now, if you know any of these best ones like, just had a sandwich, oh, the weather's hot, kind of comments, let me know down in the description, but I keep saying description, in the comment section below because they're funny, they're just dumb in there. Right, let's move on. It looks like I got here. Okay, welcome to the P2 Love Guru. Now, here is going to be the section where I talk about your problems that you've given to me through Twitter. All of people that I mentioned in this, thank you very much for giving me your problems. I'm going to try my best to ease your pain. First of all, we go to Coco Gamer, who says, do you kiss the girl on the first date? Now, as you can see, I'm well versed in the topic of dating and stuff like that. Let me just sort my hair out. So I would probably say, if the date is going well and it's a mutual feeling that you both have, then I see absolutely no reason why not. Obviously, if you're pushing for it more than she is, or they are, or whoever, then it's probably not the right call. Chronoside asks, best advice for someone who hasn't been dating for several years due to a relationship. Okay, and he's got a couple more which I'll go to on in a second. So, best advice for someone who hasn't been dating for several years. Now, what I would say, because I'm the same as you, Chronoside, obviously I've been taken for so long. Get into sort of involved with the things that are popular at the time, which are probably like your dating apps like Tinder and the other ones. And I would also say start going to more social events. Best place for a first date apart from movies, restaurants or classic ones. I've always said that do something physical. Doing something where like you're in an arcade, or where you've got like the kind of gaming machines that you have to sort of physically get involved with. So it involves like you can sort of see competition, you can have a bit of banter with the person, you can sort of build a rapport. I find easier in a way like that rather than sort of go for a lovely dinner. Okay, tell me about your relationship. Well, I've been married for 55 years. I'm very happily in a relationship. We own a house together. We've got 2 cats. It's going fecking brilliantly, to be honest. So, Evil Laugh Gaming says, how would you keep a relationship interesting after 10 years and 3 kids? Well, first of all, get rid of the kids. I'm just joking. Probably organise something between you and your wife. Maybe think of a bucket list. So what kind of things do you want to do before the end of the year? So it doesn't have to be like sort of before you're dead, because that's a little bit morbid. Do something that's a little bit more sort of time restricted, so that it is a more realistic chance of you actually achieving it. So I would say, right, what 5 things would you want to do? What 5 things would I want to do? Come to some kind of sort of situation of where you plan to do 2 from each, something like that. Do a monthly date night. Okay, and it can't just be going for dinner, because you can easily just go, oh, let's just get takeaway. No, actually do a proper date night where you are going to something. You're going to the cinema, you're going to a comedy night, you're going to the Frisbee Indoor Athletic Championships. Timberwolf says, how does one turn their girlfriend into a cat girl? Now, I don't know if you've ever seen Harry Potter. All you need is a polyjuice potion and a hair of a cat and boom! Fellow asks, when would you consider that you and the person that you're dating to be together? I think that's mainly like a time thing. It's also kind of, depending on certain people, they want to move quicker than other people that you may need to sort of talk about. They also ask, What's your worst dating experience? Now for me personally, I'm the love guru. I have no negative, I'm just joking. Possibly when I was communicating with a girl, we arranged to sort of meet up. I was absolutely shitting myself. And then she turned up with all of her friends. And I was by myself, so I was up. See you later. How long should you wait until you meet their parents? Now, it's a weird one because some parents can be a lot more sort of welcoming than others. A lot more can find it like a big pressurized situation. I don't think there's a time limit that you can put on this. It could be the first week, it's incidental, those kind of things. But it's all about the context of the event. Make it informal. If it's like a dinner date, it's too much pressure on everyone to perform way higher than they're ever going to be. Iovio says, how can you break that a bit of a weird hobby without them running away from you? For instance, I'm a 20-year-old young man that undresses action men figures and makes them covered in oil and pretend to wrestle. You need to go to someone a lot more qualified than me. Mrs. Saito says, what do you do if the other person is dating, the person that you're dating doesn't like pizza? First of all, question their mental capacity. Second of all, question if they're actually human. Third of all, don't complain as much because you get more pizza. Okay, Jack Hammer says, what ways would be the best way to maintain a long distance relationship? I don't know, I find these questions really difficult because long distance, people deal with them. Maybe it's to do with things like, again, things that I've said in previous answers, setting up like a date night, going to events. It depends also how far away you actually live from each other because ultimately distance does have a big effect on it because you do need to have that sort of physical interaction as well as everything else. How long together should a long distance relationship couple be before deciding to meet or move closer together? I think that's completely up to you. I do think that time is like a factor because obviously you want to get to know the person, but if you only know each other through the internet and stuff like that, it can be sort of awkward. Depends on how sort of far away you are from each other as well. If you're like a 10-hour flight, then you really do need to think about it a bit more closely than say if you're half an hour down the road. But then you get what I'm saying, right? People may be at different things. You can't say, right, I've got to wait 6 months before I'm ready, because you might not be. You may be ready after 2. Do you know what I mean? It's indeterminate, okay? Mobile Prime says, when it's your anniversary with your significant other and you play video games and she responds, fine, you go do that. It's not fine, I agree, don't do that, don't do that! Abort! Tiny Falker, I hope I've said your name right, says, how to secretly release a fart whilst receiving an oral examination? A lot easier than getting a rectal examination, am I right? Tamation says, what's the best way to spice things up in a long-term relationship? Again, like similar to what I've said to Evil Laugh Gaming, do date night. Do things that scare the both of you. So like, do something that neither one of you would have sort of said. Maybe do something where you're taking more interest in what they like. So if, for instance, the man is more interested in sports and women don't really hear about that, maybe she could go to a sporting event. Maybe she likes theatre. I don't know, I'm being very stereotypical here. Maybe then you could go and do something together so that you sort of redo the dating part, I guess. When in a new relationship, when is it okay to fart break when in front of your significant other? Again, how long's a piece of string for that one, my dude? Personal experience, couple of days. Not from me, just saying, not from me. Could just be a hilarious thing that happens accidentally and then you're done, the awkwardness is broken, okay, the ice is gone. Okay, Vector just said, the perfect date idea for poor uni students. Go for a walk. Make up a love song on the spot. Oh, Jesus Christ. Love. You got to love each other, yeah. You got to love each other, yeah. Coming out of Christmas, guys, look out for it. Let's rap about the plot of your favourite love film. This is difficult. Dunno. I'm an odd man, I don't even watch love films. This is just... This is a rap about a film with loads of people in. They go on dates, they shouldn't be mates, but then they go and end up happy. If a relationship with an animal, what would it be and why? If a relationship, I'm gonna say it's a chicken. Okay, I'm gonna say it's a chicken because you've got to look after it, you've got to care for it, you've got to nurture it. But then when you grow and it grows, you can not only still enjoy that relationship, but then it also gives you other things to enjoy from it. Yeah, what an answer that is. Yes! Okay, perfect food for a date with someone who hates food. A liquid diet, mate. Get straight on the gin, straight on the whiskey, and a good night. Yummy the Ferret says, when is the best time to reveal a fetish? To be honest, if you've probably met each other, you work it out, mate. A lot of people are bold with stuff like that now. They just go, hi, I'm P2 and I like chicken nuggets. If your date doesn't like Shrek, what's the best way to cope? Get rid of him, bruv. Shrek is love, Shrek is life. You should know that. Let's say you get into philosophical conversation about onions and with your date is completely wrong. How do you convince them they're right? Well, basically, onions have layers. Okay, we're now at section 5. I am fucking sweating. It's all about the weather. Now, let's have a quick look at our weather forecast, guys. As you can see, it's either sunny, snowing, normal, overcast, raining, or some other variant of weather. Yeah! Now we move on into the last section, which is the YouTuber spotlight. Oh. Now, this is one person that I decide on, someone that I'm impressed with their content. They're really supportive. I just think like they need some more recognition, you know, like I'm the biggest YouTuber ever. This month's YouTuber spotlight is for Dopaminade. Now, fellow LFC fanboy, that has nothing to do with why I picked him. The guy is phenomenal at Call of Duty. He makes Apex look painfully easy. Rainbow Six Siege, those kind of games. He's currently on 220-ish subscribers. Check out his content. Now, really friendly guy, always supportive, and it would be really awesome if you could just go and check out his content. If you're already subscribed to him, fantastic. Go on his most recent video, just drop it a like. This is all about a supporting epic community, and that's what I'm looking for here, guys, okay? If you've got any ideas, suggestions that you think someone that could be the small YouTube spotlight, please let me know by putting a comment down below, maybe linking their channel as well, just so that I can have some idea. Obviously, if I already know them, then you don't need to worry about it, but generally, I'm going to be choosing one person just to sort of promote, share the love, y'all. Okay, so that's going to end it for this month's P2P News. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've liked it. It's only a little bit of a conversation. I'm trying to make it about 10 to 15 minutes long. So I hope that you've enjoyed it as I get a notification. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like. Leave a comment down below discussing any of the things that I've spoken about. Next month, we've got some very special newscasters that I'm going to be joining for the news team. So look out for them. They're going to be helping me make this show. It's going to be epic. If there's anything else that you want me to know about, please let me know. I'll be asking for more of your P2 Love Guru things on Twitter, so keep an eye out if you want to get seen in the video as well. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye!